Huh? Man, and here I was thinking this was winding fucking down. You hunker down in the janitor's locker room amid the smells of industrial-strength cleaners, floor wax, and body odor. Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for the telltale sounds of security teams or building maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes with it, and another chance at Project Aegis. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. You better have a good reason for locking me in here overnight. Given Mr. Silverstar's paranoia about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner last night. However, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, a situation ripe for exploitation now exists. You must think you're pretty clever. Oui. While you waited here, I continued to probe, looking into some of the less secure, more mundane Telestrian office files. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery of several paintings he commissioned after being prompted to VP of Telestrian Security. After being promoted. I thought it promoted to VP of Telestrian Security. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, building maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as a piece of equipment purchased from Fuji Corp. Although they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is the safe. I'm betting the artwork and the safe are tied together somehow. You are very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting the investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews in his office. Once you are inside, you'll need him to leave so you can find a way to get the sample. So I tell him I have evidence so I can get inside his office for an interview. Close. You will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. If we add some comlink chips to them, it will make last night's run appear to be a preparation for a larger run. It will bring the attention of Telestrian security. You're kidding. There's a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and the comlink chips in the locker. They will get you your general access and allow you to pass a basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing. Mr. Silverstar is known for his creative security measures. You will do well to learn as much as you can about the man before meeting him. Now, quickly change and I will unlock the door. I hate him so fucking much. Okay. New objective, don't blow your cover. What if I want to blow my cover? The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime-a-dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation trade and walk through our mission statement, but well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. Cleaning up other people's messes is what I do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. I'm about to sneeze. And listen, people are going to be on edge today. Hey, shoo! There it goes. So try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, you're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note on your file. Straighten up this floor and stay out of trouble. Got it. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. Suddenly, it's Viscera cleanup detail. I'm not gonna talk to the card. Okay. What's this? Looks like you could get the access panel off easily, but the Telestrian technician could turn around at any moment. I'm supposed to like be not suspicious, but I'm not cleaning up everything, and that's pretty suspicious. Oh, hello. The 2 men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Rawl, I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. said was letting the company down but not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that dreck. But today isn't the day for Telestian Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestian isn't in today. Let's go in there and take another look. I have got to go upstairs and report. Hello, sir. I could go in there for you if you like. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry, I tracked that Jack all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe it happened to the night watch. Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Bye, buddy. Insert the comlink chip. There's one. But I have to somehow get the technician to go away, but maybe I'll do last. I have to say at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian's corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all free security types, but I'm the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. Let's see what happens if I click on this. It would take only if it was a result chip, perhaps not the wisest course of action when the view of a loyal wage slave. Okay. As the selection tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner, make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck up for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh yeah, sorry, no problem. Just another day in the paradise, right? I should be able to, like, clean a little bit between, like, pressing the buttons and shit. What does this do? It takes some of the land parts. Ah, they're mine now. Hello, guard man. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Alright, I better get back to it. Okay, so... how do I get rid of the wage slave that's over there? Because there's nothing here. I need to get that in, but... he's still here, and I don't know how to get rid of him. Let's talk to him again. Hi. None of this will matter after I'm fired out in the street and eating dog food. Just leave me alone. I might have just a thing to help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. He steals himself. Just do it, quick. There you go. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out here for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember, just keep this just between us. There should be a comma after you bet. Or just make it two, or like a semicolon, or just like 2 entire sentences. For a game that's a lot of reading, a lot of the grammar and shit isn't really good. I've been seeing it a lot more the further in we get to the game. Let's do the chip thingy. Alright. Oh, shit. I should probably level up a bit, yeah. I'm gonna level up my charisma a bit, because that'll probably be important. Let's go with security. And then, quickness. Can I up? No. Can I up my dodge? No. Okay, I'll do those the next time, I guess. I would like more money, though, so I can have better weapons. And armor and shit. Hey, man, I definitely found some shit. I need to get upstairs. Hey, I found all these chips in some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comm link. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation, then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Let's transition off a drink of water. Well, it's juice. I don't want my voice to die like some of my recordings. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestran Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor. And your goal. Hey guys, don't mind me, Hey, this is a restricted area. Oh, sorry, my mistake, I'll leave. I'll probably get in trouble if I... Well... Actually, let's quickly save. I just want to see what happens. Nothing happened. That's disappointing. Things are in even worse condition than when I left it. Oh, what happened? Help. Oops. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officer. Yeah, okay. Let's just, go back and, yeah. Guess rewind, which is interesting. Tasty juice. Let me go in, thank you. There you are! It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Well, it's duty above all, right? He laughs. Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow, and from a janitor no less. No, I'm speaking of my 3rd and final value of vigilance, which seems to be sorely lacking around here. We prefer building maintenance, sir. Of course you do. Now please start filling out the report on the data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not sit in my chair given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. There's a secret entrance over there. It's really obvious. Your comic begins to... See, again, like, did no one check this? And, like, the game's been out for a while. Did no one else be like, hey, yeah, there's, like, really egregious typos in here. Can you fix it? that should be your comm link begins to ring and you pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I'm tracking Silverstar and he's already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. There's an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. Okay, are there any clues? The painting is of a small lighthouse and an intense storm at night. The plaque reads Vigilance. Okay, so there's duty and then the last one's vigilance. No, it wouldn't be independence. That's not what a corp likes. So what would be the middle one then? Unity. Oh, it's probably unity then. So probably duty, unity, and vigilance. Yeah, here we go. Duty. He has a few guards, a tech worker, and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. Oh, is that... Huh. He has finished interviewing a matrix tech and is now talking sternly to a pair of guards. What? Okay, so I guess it's not unity then. Now he's talking to the wage slave. This is not going well. They are raising their voices. Which one's this? There. There's a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front. Most likely key to Mr. Silverstar. Oh, that'll be what this is for. Put the moist end. Ugh. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. As long as I don't have to fight anyone. You can't go in there. Haha, try and stop me, bitch. Trying to see if there's like anything in here I can grab. I guess not. I wonder if I'll still run into the police anyways. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing would be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Tyson wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly or you can come meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, Jack for brains. Make the wrong choice. I'll opt for a stand-up conversation. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. Yo, Technomancer man, you want to help me? From the floor of the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with the McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road and a magnificent mansion fills your view. It's designed a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt and you're dragged onto the driveway when McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds. You look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts, special force troops from Tir Tairngire. Messaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. Man, things are going great for me. Let's talk to McCluskey. McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, Bourne? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrun and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, Elf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tir Tairngire and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash right, McCluskey, you his lapdog. His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues its smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumbass. What do you got? Free will. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. Hello, Mr. Quoth. I said, hello, Mr. Quoth. Oh, fuck's sake. Let me talk to him. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears before he speaks. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. You his butler? I am Mr. Quoth, his head of household. Mr. Telestrian is waiting for you in his office. He is not one to be kept waiting. What if I don't? What if I talk to Algernon? There's a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses Union. It's good to see you again. There is much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I do not run at all, Saul. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out before you have spoken to James Telestrian. Oh, sorry. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. I know how to read. Perhaps I can be of service again. Okay, I'm just gonna save. Oh, I can't go up the stairs. I see. It is pretty. Maybe I can be this guy's, like, mistress. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your bed is mentioned. It's something else, the feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I've been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. How do you intend to settle your debt? Etiquette corporate. Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide the debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point. However, you have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security team up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. It goes like this. Your half-brother, Sam Watts, hired me to find his own killer. He had a dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. You impress me, ma'am. My father's bastards are intentionally not well known even to themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see the connection between this Sam Watts' death and a raid on one of my office buildings. There's no connection between the research project and the dead man that I'm aware of. Sam was killed by your half-sister, Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Aegis kills giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. Ah, fuck. Oh, wait. That's her. The young, pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? About that. Telestrian cuts in quickly. Thank you, Marie-Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your escort and given me reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. You did well back there. Without you, I'll be dead. No, that might be like, oh, you didn't save my daughter, she saved you. No, the debt's not repaid then. It's like, no, fuck. Good to see you got okay, Marie-Louise. I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream, that I'll wake up there and still be there with a bugs. You can relax, Maggie. You are safe. It's over. No, it won't be over until they're all dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men you flew in there, all you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakim involved. The already cold exterior of James Celestian 3 turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Saul, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a woman of the street such as yourself. I urge you to behave. You will join the library. Well, it sounds like I don't have much of a choice. Not if you wish to draw another breath, no.